Imagine it is the height of the Cold War, and the world is on a hair trigger. You are sitting in a top-secret bunker, responsible for the survival of the entire United States. You have the most advanced radar technology and the most powerful nuclear missiles ever built. But there is one tiny, embarrassing problem that could ruin everything. You cannot actually give the order to fire. Why? Because the communication lines are jammed by a local teenager ordering a pepperoni pizza. This sounds like a script from a bad comedy movie. But in the 1950s, this was a terrifying reality for the Strategic Air Command. The most sophisticated defense network in human history was being defeated by the humble delivery boy. To understand how we got here, we have to look at how the military communicated back then. Before the internet or digital encryption, they relied on hardwired telephone lines. These lines were leased from civilian companies like AT&T. The same copper cables that carried your grandma's gossip were also responsible for carrying the launch codes that would start World War III. But these lines had a finite capacity. If a civilian exchange got overloaded, the military calls simply could not get through. This became a massive crisis in the mid-50s because of the post-war economic boom. Everyone had a phone, and everyone was using it at the same time. The biggest culprit was the rise of the suburban lifestyle. Picture a Friday night in a town right next to a major Air Force base. Hundreds of families are picking up the phone to order pizza or call their friends. The local telephone switches would light up like a Christmas tree, and the system would just lock up. During a high-stakes military drill, officers tried to send a simulated strike order, but they got a busy signal. They were quite literally placed on hold while the system prioritized civilian takeout orders. You can imagine the look on a general's face when he realizes the end of the world is being delayed by a 12-minute delivery guarantee. The solution to this wasn't just building more wires. It required a total rethink of how information moves. A scientist named Paul Baran looked at this mess and realized that centralized systems are too fragile. If one hub gets busy or blown up, the whole thing dies. He proposed a radical idea called packet switching. Instead of one solid line for a call, you break the data into tiny chunks and send them out like joggers finding their own way through city streets. If the main road is blocked by a pizza truck, the data just takes a side street. This was the birth of distributed networking. The military dumped a fortune into this research to ensure that a nuclear strike could always be authenticated, regardless of how many people were calling for pizza in Omaha. This research evolved into ARPANET, which is the direct ancestor of the internet you are using right now. It is wild to think about, but the reason you can scroll through social media today is partly because the Air Force was tired of being blocked by fast food orders in 1956. We traded the fear of a busy signal during a nuclear war for the ability to watch cat videos at light speed. If that isn't the most human story ever, I don't know what is. Next time your Wi-Fi lags, just remember it could be worse. You could be trying to prevent the apocalypse while waiting for a dial tone. If you love these weird bits of history, hit that subscribe button right now